We are here to talk about the happy after show here at AfterBuzz TV. Oh my gosh, this week we find out Orcus's real plan to get at Sunny. The Easter egg-tacular that Sunny's been planning gets canceled. Haley takes a road trip and Amanda goes into labor. Guys, are you ready to talk about happy? Today, right here at AfterBuzz TV.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, AfterBuzzers! Guys, we got new music. Are you digging this or what? It's so good to see you guys back here to talk about Happy, episode 8 of season 2 of Friend of Death. Wow, I am Nikki Bailey, and I'm joined by my homie, Ricky Vitucci.
What's going on?
What?
What up?
Man, so guys, we're going to get into all of the stuff that happened today on tonight's show. We're going to talk about Nick and Mary and their adventures. We're going to get into a whole analysis of Amanda and what's going on with her, OMG. We're going to get real deep and talk about Haley and Smoothie, and we're going to find out some stuff this week that blew my mind, and we're going to talk about it all. Are you guys ready? Let's do this.
And she means blew her mind.
Blue. So much blowing. I didn't say that.
No,
Ricky,
blue.
Let's start blue. You're right. Blue. Thank you. I like that because I went to a dirty place, and I appreciate. I appreciate that you're referencing the characters of the show. Thank you. Caught me on my gutter brain. Thank you.
It's okay.
So Ricky, let's talk first and foremost general thoughts about this week's episode.
It was an interesting show. It was I don't really have much to say except for it was interesting. It was cool to see some things unfold, some answers, some questions that we had prior, and now they're answered. I think we well know what's going on with Amanda.
Yep.
And poor Haley. So it was a good show. I didn't blow my mind, but there were some pretty cool pieces in there.
I had a few mind-blowing moments. We're back. We only have 2 episodes left after this.
Yeah.
So we're kind of getting to the point where we have to figure out what the heck is happening. Who is Orcus? Why is he trying? And we know who he is now, but why is he killing Sunny? And how is he going to do that? And how is he using Smoothie? And what's happening with Haley? There's so much going on. I think we should start. Let's start first of all with Nick. Okay, so Nick, end of last episode, Nick has forgotten all about his oath of staying off alcohol. He's gone back to drinking. He is in it hardcore. And he gets arrested because he beats up everybody in the universe. Actually, no, he gets arrested because after the big fight with all of the inmates, the cops come to the house. They take him in and...
Well, they try to take him in and he knocks them out. They try to take him in.
You're so right. He knocks them out and, then leaves to go try to find Haley. He and Happy...
Hap.
That is shortening for Hap. They go to... Oh, right, that's right. They go to Smoothie's lab to find Haley. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So... that to me was amazing to see inside Smoothie's lab. That is a twisted dude.
And he blows it up. He blows up his own lab. He lures Nick into his lab, and then he gets Nick into the lab, and then he blows up his own lab, which is kind of smart because he just got rid of all the evidence.
All the evidence of the people that he's killed, because he kept some guy's head in a cage with rats, and the rats were eating at the head. Oh my God, it was a hella gross little environment. I loved the moment when Nick pulls on the shower thing, and he and Happy realize that's pee.
Ugh.
It's pee-pee. Talk about your golden showers.
Oh man!
Just
some people are actually into that.
They are, and no judgment.
No judgment.
But when you go through, when you go to the effort of having your golden shower actually in a shower with it coming down from the shower spout, that's a whole extra level of fetish.
Since this is an after-hour show for not kids, I'm gonna say it's coming down.
Thank you. That was good. So that though is when Nick gets arrested because they get out of there. just missed getting blown up. The cops show up and they take Nick in. And so then we're like, how is Nick going to get out of this? Here comes Mary, who Mary had been searching out all of the answers while Nick was in the house dealing with Amanda. And she tries to tell Nick, like, look, this is what's going down. Sonny's about to get killed. Everything's connected to your family. So, Nick is just like, I just want to get to my daughter. Can we do that? Can we get to, my daughter? Happy shows up with the information that Amanda is at Sonny's house, and they take off. So I was super excited to get to Sonny's house and see that BB is back.
She's back.
BB, who is Sonny's wife, played by the legendary Anne Margaret.
She's great.
She is
great actress.
I mean, one of the greatest, right? So, and to see her playing this kind of role is just so much fun. So Amanda,
perfect.
and it's perfect,
For
right?
her. She plays it
so perfectly.
See,
Absolutely.
nobody could have been casted. Maybe Meryl Streep, because she could play any role.
Because she could, true.
But she perfectly
Perfectly
casted.
I mean, Anne Margaret killing it every time.
Shout out to
When
the
is she
casting
not?
director.
Right? So Amanda's just chilling at Sonny's. Just sitting on the couch watching TV, eating
chocolates.
Bonbons, right.
Yeah.
And while she's sitting, we don't see it, but we see a little later, she is super pregnant now.
Pregos.
How?
About the pop.
How did she go? Because last week, she was flat-tummied. This week, she's super pregnant. And so immediately we know.
We know why.
Why is it, Ricky? Tell us all.
Well, we should wait and tell.
We'll tell when we get to it. All right, we'll get to it. We'll take it in the appropriate time.
We'll tie it back in, because if I say what it is now, it's going to spoil the ending.
So true. Although we hope you watched it.
I'm sure you did.
When I hang out with Ricky, I sound like I'm from New York. Can you hear me? Can you
I
hear?
can totally
It's like
hear
it's
you,
like
girl.
totally happening.
You sound like home.
I sound like
you
home
sound
to
like
you.
a slice of.
All right.
You sound like a slice of pizza. You sound,
slice
you
of
sound
pizza.
Like, I've been away from New York so long, I forgot how to actually say it.
A slice.
You sound and never mind. I was just saying, smell like a slice of pizza.
I don't smell like a slice of pizza.
You don't smell like a slice of pizza. For the record, she does not smell like a
Thank
slice
you.
of pizza, but she reminds me of home. That's what I meant to say.
Exactamundo, as the Fonz would have said. I'm sorry, I referenced that you're not going to get. So anyway.
Who, me?
Did you get that? The Fonz?
I'm older than you think.
All right, honey. I'm sorry to insult you.
No, you're not insulting me.
But here's what I love. I love that Mary realizes that the only way she's going to get to Hap is to go through one of those. Remember the badass FBI agents that were terrible people who work for Sonny? Mm-hmm. So one of them shows up, Ace. She shows up without the other one. Come to find out they're in a fight. And Mary sees her opportunity and makes a pass at her to get to Nick.
Smart.
It was very smart, right?
Brilliant.
You never really see a lot of like women making passes at women on television in this way. Like we know, right? That if you're in a television situation and you're with a guy, you show a little cleavage, you get what you want.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to see it happening, with this female character.
She was dangling her carrot.
She really was. She did that little light hand touch thing, and
she got really close.
And she got
was
really
speaking
close
to her like a half a foot away.
Yeah, and we see that they're being watched from the sewer by some unknown entity. What do you think it is?
I think it's a wishy.
You think it's a wishy?
I think it's a wishy because it's when you see the POV from whatever's looking out of the sewer to the actual scene, it has this rainbow color.
Yeah.
Which to me, first thought was it's a wishy.
Yeah.
I don't see it being anything else.
I thought maybe it could be another imaginary friend.
Okay. But what though?
I don't know, right? Like
maybe Happy
just because
has another a Happy squared.
Maybe Happy has a twin or something. I don't know. Like the reason I thought it was an imaginary friend is that the way that the camera moved from the perspective of that being, it looked like it was flying. So I could be wrong. It could be a wishy.
Okay.
And also the wishies don't seem to have eyes. So like it makes me wonder how they actually see.
When they're in the Teletubby suit.
Right, but the Teletubby suit is just covering their bubblegum nature.
Can't they still
so
see?
I don't know. We don't really know how they function.
They have to be able to see.
So I don't know. So like that's my only thing. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll get to see, because that happens twice in the episode that we see something or someone looking out through a sewer grate. So hopefully we'll find out who that is.
I'm sure we will.
So I don't know. You guys, we love getting to do this here at AfterBuzz so much. We all love TV. We all love talking about TV, and we get to come here and talk about our favorite shows, and we love it. Ricky, tell them how much we love what we do and the people who watch.
Well, we love you so much. We want to say thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV talk. How exciting, right? But in order for us to continue to go, we need your help. So please hit the subscribe button below so we can keep giving you some cool content. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, please like, follow, and subscribe. And last but not least, we just want to say thank you so much, because without you, there will be no us, and without us, we can't give you the stuff that you love. So again, thank you sincerely.
Thank you
From
so
Nikki
much.
and Ricky, we say thank you.
Thank you, guys. We do love you so much here at AfterBuzz. So, okay. There's so much to talk to, and I want to talk about it all in like the next sentence. Calm down, Nikki. It's okay.
We have plenty of time.
We have time. Let's get into, okay, so Amanda's on the couch eating her bonbons. She's watching a romantic movie. She decides to call Simon. She says, I need you to come over here and get in me.
In me, yeah. Kids do not watch this show.
That made me holler. She says, I need it, and I need it right now, motherfucker, is what she says.
What are you doing? You do anything like, no, like right now.
Right now, like drop that.
No. Okay, then get over here and get inside me. Okay, I'm just looking for a pencil.
And he is more than willing to get there. He arrives just as amazing moment happens. Amanda goes into labor. And it's so great because BB goes in to confront her, like, why are you in my house? You're pregnant. BB thinks that she's pregnant with Sonny's baby. Orcus comes in and is like, ladies, Orcus so charming, so handsome.
And so calm.
So calm. And he comes in and he says to BB, you can go. And he sits and just appreciates Amanda. Men, what we women often want you to do is just spend a moment just appreciating, just celebrating our bodies. You know what I'm saying? So he gets real close to Amanda to celebrate her body, and her water breaks right in his face.
And goo all over his face.
And there's clear goo all over his face.
Which it's goo, it's not water.
It's not water, which is exactly the point, right?
Which is now we're starting to get into what we potentially could think this baby is.
Exactly.
Is it a real baby or is it a wishy baby?
Right.
What do you wish for?
And obviously the father is Orcus. So
yeah, I mean, it seems that way, right?
I think that's what it is. It has to be, right? Like, I mean, she bursts forth with goo. And even the way he was talking to her and interacting with her, clearly he has an affection for whatever she's about to give birth to.
For sure.
So he says it's time to go. An ambulance comes, obviously some kind of private ambulance, because whatever she's about to give birth to, I don't think they want to give birth to it in a regular hospital. Or if they do, they have to be in a hospital that Orcus can control. So they leave. Poor Simon shows up just at the last, just as they're about to go, and
poor guy.
Oh my gosh,
that's it. There goes Simon.
He was so cute.
Pop goes the weasel.
Head just
that's
burst like a grape. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Brain guts all over the bottom.
And Amanda's
of the tire.
like, that's a shame. He was nice. Obviously.
So nonchalantly,
right.
too.
Obviously, she's still under the influence of whatever she's under the influence. Obviously, very euphoric in what's happening for her. And so she's very chill about the whole thing. They hop in the ambulance. They get going. Meanwhile, let's talk about Haley and Smoothie. My heart breaks for this poor little girl. I know it's a TV show, but I take my TV watching very seriously, okay? I get very into my characters. And this little girl, Haley, she's getting the worst treatment. Her parents are lying to her. she basically goes off with Smoothie, who is an insane person.
Nuts.
Who has been sent on a mission by Orcus to somehow kill Sunny Shine. And in this episode, when Smoothie and Haley go to the diner on their way up to Pipalock, New York.
No, I've never even
heard of it either, right? I haven't neither. They stop at a diner. Smoothie goes to the restroom where he has a conversation through a glory hole with Orcus. Right?
Yeah. A disguised Orcus.
A disguised Orcus who sounds like he's from Alabama.
Yeah. He's wearing
jeans
and
plaid and a hat.
All that stuff.
And here's the most important thing that he says. When he's talking to Smoothie through the door, he says something along the lines of gaslighting and programming Haley to kill Sunny. And he says, I don't think she's ready. You haven't done your job. And Smoothie's like, no. I got this. She's not ready yet, but I'm getting her there. Did that give you chills? Like, it made my skin crawl. I was gross. I was just like, ew.
Well, I told you from the get-go that he's up to no good. He wants something out of her.
Yeah.
No matter how much he hasn't lied for a reason. But this episode
was the first time he lied to her. Yeah.
And I wonder
I
wonder if she caught it. It didn't look like she caught his
I don't think she
lie,
did.
but she lied to him.
Yeah.
When she said she had to go handle something for an hour, she lied.
He lied to her.
He lied
yeah.
to her.
Yeah. And leaves her alone in the bedroom where she finds those pictures that were obviously planted all in a cute little package. He alludes to these terrible stories about being raised with a father who was abusive. She meets his mother, who's kind of out of it, like maybe even drugged, or maybe she's got dementia
pills,
or something.
Some prescription drug.
And then later we see that Smoothie takes Haley out. They have a great time. Really builds the trust.
Yeah.
They dance to everybody.
Exactly what
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Yeah.
He really does know how to groom this child.
Absolutely. He's a smooth talker.
It's so creepy.
And a smooth walker.
Yeah.
But he's if you're smart and if you're not a child, you'll see right through him.
But, Haley is a child.
Right.
And so to her, she's met like the bestest friend ever. He takes her to a restaurant. They dance together. And Smoothie had some moves, right? Like, I don't know. Were you feeling it? I was feeling it. I was like, get it, Smoothie.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
kind of moving, but kind of moving like my mom would dance. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, you're a great dancer. You're better than he is. I'm just saying.
All right, Mom. Sometimes she actually does watch us, so I'm looking on the chat to see if Ricky's mom is actually watching us today. So they have a great time dancing. It looked like they were having fun. Again, building trust with Haley again. And then they go outside. They hear a noise. Obviously, Sunny has set this up in advance. And they go out into the woods and they find someone who's supposed to be Sunny's dad.
Right, who is that guy?
Well, I think that Sunny left that picture for Haley to see.
On purpose.
Right? And so I guess he got a picture of I don't know how, I don't really know, because here's what we find out. She's, he does that whole you did bad things and you have to die for them and whatever. And we see, though, that Smoothie had gone ahead and paralyzed this guy. He can't speak. But the guy says just before he gets paralyzed, "Who are you?" He doesn't even know Smoothie.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not his real dad.
No.
But he set it up so that he had someone to kill in front of Haley. And he set up all the reasons ahead of time for why this guy needed to die.
This fucking guy.
He's playing Haley like a freaking violin.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I wish she could see it, because she wants to trust someone so bad.
Right?
So I feel like that's what's clouding her brain.
Yeah, she's like 11, and she when you're 11, you're 11, right?
You want to believe and like everyone.
Exactly, right? And everything's been taken from her. She needs somebody, and this is this one guy. Now here's the thing. she's getting some clues that there's some weirdness about Smoothie, and maybe she just can't make those connections. When they get to that diner, remember that they're at the diner and those two guys in the booth next to them are talking about this kid who had cut off his. I think that well, here's what I don't know. I think that those two guys were a plant because we saw them again later at the other restaurant, right?
Yep.
So they basically were planted there to tell the story of Smoothie's balls getting cut off and him taking them for his science fair project, and she then draws the connection and realizes that his dad did it to him, and that's why he has to die.
All a plan.
He
planted that whole thing was that whole diner was a big bug.
Yeah.
All these little bugs were just planted throughout the whole diner, from the conversations to what they were talking about to him going to the bathroom and him saying, "Don't forget to order the cherry soda." Oh, so good.
Right. He completely set and to see how far in advance he really has been working on this plan with Haley. He's put so much energy into doing this. And I don't know, do you think he won her over? Well, I think he did, right? Like, I mean, one of the things he says to her is he tells her this story about this guy who wanted to go in and get revenge on the person who hurt his child. And the cop tells him, you can't go in there because that guy's made friends with death and you haven't. He's going to kill you. So it sets it up so that we're like, well, is Haley going to make friends with death? And yeah.
Yeah. She saw somebody die. And that's what that means. Making friends with death, meaning actually seeing someone die in front of you, whether you kill them or not.
And feeling that the death is justified. Like the way she was so calm about it, and it
just has to happen.
It has to happen. It'll be over soon.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's possessed her. He has manipulated her brain.
Right. He really has. This is like the craziest thing. I'm a person who loves kids, and so I think I've mentioned this before, that the first season of the show I was like because there were too many kids in danger. This poor child is just in so much danger and is getting her life ruined. And I know it's a TV show, but somebody save Haley. You know?
Every episode, this girl's in some sort of danger.
It's terrible.
She never gets she gets her nose above water, and then she goes right back down.
Yeah.
Then she gets her nose above water, and then she goes back down. I'm just like, can someone just throw this girl a bone?
Yeah.
Well, what kind of... Exactly. And we laughed at the same time. Are we not in sync or what?
We are in sync over here.
Hey, we're talking over here.
We're talking. Okay, great. So we've gotten the whole sort of overview of Haley and Smoothie and their situation. So while all of this is going on, Mary and Nick are trying to figure out their next steps. Mary goes and has a conversation with Cap Kaczynski.
Yep.
And she says to him, look, I have the tape that Sonny has on you. I can get you out of this blackmail situation.
Hand you the tape.
And give you the tape if you cancel Sonny's Eggtacular, Easter Eggtacular.
Yeah.
So as you remember, Cap is the one that had the cannibalism fetish.
To his nephew.
He apparently ate his nephew.
Ugh.
Talk about your family dysfunction, all right?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, my God. So Mare goes in there. She feels like she's made a dent. I think she feels like she leaves there having handled it, that the show is going to get canceled. If the show gets canceled, that means Sonny can't be on television on Easter Sunday, which means Orcus can't kill Sonny on Easter Sunday, which means that Haley and Smoothie aren't going to be killing Sonny on Easter Sunday. I don't think that the plan's actually going to go the way they wanted to.
No, it's definitely not going to go the way... No.
Yeah, so Mary and Nick go in search of Amanda after Amanda's been taken to the hospital. They realize she's been taken to General Hospital, which apparently... Remember in previous episodes when Nick was being Nick had been hurt and was being held captive at a hospital?
Yeah.
This was the hospital, because it's a hospital that is under Sonny's control. So they get to the hospital, and they're walking through, and they're going in to find Amanda, and Happy's like, Nick, something bad's happening. Nick, something bad's happening. And suddenly, there's a wishy there.
A huge
fat
blob wishy.
Wishy who's come to stop them from getting to Amanda.
To eat him.
And they kind of do. They
How
kind
does
of
that even
absorb
happen?
him.
Yeah, it's like he melts into... It's like Nick melts into the wishy because the wishy laid on him.
Yeah, like
a big
Nick
blob.
punched at him and his arm got sucked in.
Yeah.
And then the wishy fell on top of him, absorbed him into himself. Meantime, the wishy had knocked out Mary. She's knocked out cold, and we see that in order to help Nick, Happy enters Mary's head through her ear. Huge. Okay. So, this is the idea I got from that. Remember this idea? We have been talking on this show since the beginning of season 2 about the possibility, is Orcus like the advancement of an imaginary friend? Are wishies like an advancement of an imaginary friend? Like, if an imaginary friend evolves, do they eventually become a demon?
No, I don't think so.
Well, here's why I'm thinking that might be true.
Okay.
Because we know Orcus can control other people's minds, right? We know Orcus can enter other people's bodies. And we saw in tonight's episode that Happy can enter someone's mind and give them a thought, and he woke Mary up that way. So if Happy can do that, is that not the beginning stages of the kind of power that Orcus has?
I guess. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting how Happy was able to go inside of her ear, and she actually heard him, which means
that's what I'm saying.
Does she have a connection to an invincible friend?
No, I feel like she doesn't, but he entered her ear. And then there was that was red string that pulled out, and I was trying to remember if we had heard a reference to that before, this idea that there's some kind of something in your mind. Anyway, I don't know. I'm sold now on, I think it was Steven's original theory that imaginary friends can evolve into becoming demons or in whatever Orcus was at the time that we thought of this. So I really think that that's what's happening, and I think that Happy, just like even Happy in this episode talked about sort of being caught up with his own growth and his own sort of journey. I don't know, and his own change. Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense though.
Okay.
To me.
Break it down. Give it to me.
Because he's an imaginary friend. Mm-hmm. No one should hear or see him. Mm-hmm. Happy was able to enter in her ear, mm-hmm. scream mm-hmm. to the point where she hears him mm-hmm. to wake her up. Mm-hmm. There has to be a connection between the two. She has to have some sort of power, like Nick and Haley, that now she's able to notice something about these imaginary friends.
But she can
Happy.
only notice because Happy went into her mind. Like Happy went into her mind through her ear.
Right.
So I don't think that there's anything. So here's the thing about, I think, imaginary friends is that I don't think it's like my special ability to see them. I think that they are seen under certain circumstances, right? So BB's done a lot of absinthe, so she can see Happy. Nick, alcoholic his whole life, so he can see Happy. Haley's a little kid, and so until she lost her innocence, she could see Happy. So the only time adults can see imaginary friends is if they have had like a chemical brain altering of some kind due to probably drugs or alcohol or something like that. Mary wasn't drunk at the time that Happy entered her mind. She was just unconscious, and Happy, not even knowing that he could do this, entered her ear, yelled, "Wake up."
Yeah.
And she heard him only because he was in her mind at the time.
Right.
So I think that, I don't know, like, I mean, it's the beginning, right? Like, this is just a beginning theory. Like, I think that we're finding out that Happy has more powers than anybody knows. And one of those powers is that he can enter people's bodies and inhabit their thoughts.
Wow.
Right?
That's a great
That's
hypothesis.
deep, right?
That's deep, son.
I'm just saying.
Damn, girl.
Don't try to
Hey.
like come at me on my sci-fi theories, all right? I know what I'm talking about. It's my favorite network over here, Sci-Fi. Anyway, let's just...
So wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Does it mean, okay, so then maybe when somebody's innocence goes out the door, then they're able to see certain things?
No, when they are still innocent, they can see imaginary friends.
Mary's not innocent.
But no, right, and that's why she doesn't
Oh, I see
see
what you're-
him.
got it,
She
got it,
only
got
could
it,
hear
got it.
him
Yep,
because he
yep.
entered the brain,
Got
entered
it.
her brain.
Yep.
That's deep, right?
Deep.
All right. We got something
From
here.
downtown.
We got something here. This is some special stuff right here. Let's do our special segment. Our aha moment. Our moments that made us.
I love doing that.
You do.
In case you don't have any like noises, it's me.
Right.
Ha 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 ha.
So our ha-ha moment, the moment that made us guffaw.
What's a guffaw?
What was yours? Guffaw is a hearty laugh.
Guffaw.
So yeah, what was your aha moment?
Honestly,
Your ha-ha moment.
I
Did you
don't-
have one?
Yeah, just not really, but the closest thing was knowing that Sonny's little egg-tacular thing was not going to happen. I kind of laughed at him. That wasn't a ha-ha moment, but it was just a gotcha, bitch.
I think that my ha-ha moment was when Mary is in Cap's office and he decides that he's not buying her cop thing, and the way that he breaks it down for her is that she doesn't look like female detectives on TV shows. He's like, where's your blazer that says you can handle anything a man can handle? And why is your blouse not cut a little more lowly? I'm sorry, but you're reading like a real estate agent and not like a cop. Yeah. And I was like, oh, he done nailed her so hard.
Yeah.
That totally made me chuckle. That was like, I was like, oh, that's clever. That was like not only clever, but also like a really wonderful way to sort of make fun of the stereotypes of female cop characters on television, because they kind of are always the same thing. They work in jeans and they wear a blazer and a nice blouse and they're pretty and whatever. And and this guy's a TV executive making a joke about it, and I thought it was hilarious. That was my favorite ha-ha moment. Thank you. Thank you for the sound effects. I appreciate that. So, okay, so have we covered everything? Oh
no. Like, the most important part.
Which is?
Amanda in birth.
But she hasn't yet. So all we know
she's in
that
labor.
Amanda
Sorry.
is in labor,
Yeah.
giving birth to something,
Which
we think
is a wishy.
is a wishy.
Because the wishies are there.
Right. And a wishy died, right? So we know that a wishy has already died, so they need a replacement wishy.
When one life ends, another
opens, right?
Look at
So I firmly believe that Amanda's going to give birth to a wishy next week.
Me too.
And so actually, I guess we can get into predictions because we're already
Your
there.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Predictions.
So tell me, what do you think is going to happen? We have 2 episodes left this season.
We have 9 and 10 coming up. Mm-hmm. Amanda's giving birth to a wishy. Amanda snaps out of it. Mm-hmm. Sonny's little run is going to come to a halt. And Nick and Haley and Amanda are going to ride off in the sunset.
That's a good end of series prediction.
The sunset,
'Cause,
but we don't
like-
know where the sunset is.
Right.
So they're going towards something.
I think,
Happier.
here's what I think is going to happen. Next week, Amanda's going to have a baby. That's going to be a wishy. I think you're right. She's going to snap out of it, and suddenly she's going to want to stop. She's going to do everything she can to stop Sonny and Orcus. Unless, maybe she has the baby and she
loves
falls
it.
in love with the baby.
I don't even know how this baby's going to look.
It
This
would be like a little
thing.
African-American bubblegum blob. like
Look like a...
a little little chocolate gumdrop. That's what he's
my-
gonna look like.
It may be white though. Some
It
mixed
could be,
babies
if,
are white.
you know. It's true. It's true. I have a niece who is biracial, and she looks white. Yeah.
See?
So yeah. So I don't know. It could be a little bubblegum biracial baby, and I think that Haley. They're gonna take Haley back, and I think that Haley is going to be manipulated into trying to kill Sonny. And I think that Nick will save her in the nick of time. I do think
Get it?
though,
Save her in the nick of time.
Nick will save her in the nick of time. I do think though that something tragic is going to happen, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if the childbirth kills Amanda, or if Mary gets killed. Like something tragic is going to happen. I just feel like we haven't had a good tragedy this season. So I don't know. What do you think?
I'm changing my prediction.
What do you think?
I'm adding something actually.
What is it?
Haley is gonna kill Sunny Shine.
Oh, you think?
If it's next episode or the last episode, Haley is going to kill Sunny Shine. She has. I mean, she's
You
been
think?
through. I think so. I think Sunny Shine's little run is coming to a really quick end.
I think that Sunny Shine's going to get killed, but not by Haley. Because I feel like that would basically break her entirely. Like, she can't come back to being a full person after killing someone at the age of 11.
She is
So-
Nick's daughter.
True, though. Maybe
She
she
is
has.
Nick's daughter.
Maybe she has like some genetic, like, inheritance of his crazy psychoness. You know,
Absolutely, the both of them.
it's true. She does take after him in a lot
She
of ways.
takes after a lot.
I
of
don't
ways.
know, Ricky. You might be on something. She really might kill him,
And
and,
then they start
like,
going.
you are totally right. She totally could. Oh my God, I hope that doesn't happen. And I do think that the Easter Eggtacular is going to happen, even though the network canceled it. I still think it's
How?
going to go on. I don't know. But I don't think that we're going to defeat Orcus this season. I think now that we have identified Orcus as
No, he's just
a
getting started.
demonic character,
Yeah.
like, I think we're going to keep seeing him. And I think Sci-Fi would be insane to cancel this wonderfully delicious, hilariously violent show. And so I'm certain there will be a season 3, and Orcus is going to be back again.
Has to be.
With a new pawn that I mean, we're not at the last episode yet, but I also think Smoothie is going to somehow get through to the 3rd season. Like, I think there will be a touch and go moment where he might die, but I don't think he will. Because we thought he was dead before, but I don't think he's going to die.
He's not going to die.
Yeah, me neither.
He's way too. I feel like they're keeping him alive because of he's like a little what the hell. What's the word I'm looking for? He's like a slave.
A slave, yeah.
He's like he just follows orders and does what everyone wants, and but really wants to thoroughly complete them and get them done, and doesn't want to disappoint anyone.
Yeah.
So I don't see him disappointing anyone and being killed off.
Yeah. I also think that this season I've like come to really like Smoothie. I mean, he's terrible.
What?
I know, he's terrible, and he's doing Did you just throw
Yes. I threw a cup holder.
It's not a cup holder. It's a
coaster.
A coaster. He
I
just
threw
threw
a
a coaster
coaster
at
at
me.
her.
I know. Here's the thing, and
I'm
I'm
walking
not
off the
sure.
show.
I'm not sure if I like Smoothie because the actor is so amazing.
He's a great actor.
I'm not sure if it's that or if it's just like, I don't know, but I feel like the character is so good. Played by Patrick Fisher. I don't know. I feel like I like Smoothie and I want him to stay on the show, even though he's terrible and awful. So I don't think I think he's gonna survive Easter.
Yeah, for sure.
And he and Orcus will come back in the 3rd season to like reign. I don't know what holiday they're going to go after next, because Easter and Christmas are the 2 big Christian holidays and they've already covered them.
Yeah.
And they started the season off with a lot of involvement of other religions, but we haven't seen much more of that since then. So I don't know. I'm thinking that could happen. Anyway,
Anywho.
we have made our predictions. We have 2 episodes left of Happy. We are going to be here next week to talk about both of those episodes. I can't wait, guys. Like, watch, comment, leave us messages, because we read that stuff and it helps us like how we understand about the show. So, Ricky, tell folks where they can find you.
You can find me at Ricky Vitucci on all social media platforms, mainly on Instagram. So,
Heck yeah.
heck yeah.
And you can find me at Nikki Bailey _ on all the social medias and at NikkiBaileyComedy.com. We are so happy that you guys joined us for today's
thank
happy after show at AfterBuzz TV. We are looking forward to seeing you next week, so make sure that you're here. We can't wait to talk to you. Bye, guys.
See you, everyone.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.